Hey, Carl. Yeah, I just had I had had it muted. Had myself muted. There we go. And just let me know if you can hear me okay. I just unmuted myself, just turned on the video. So you can just type in the Facebook comment section and just let me know if everything is coming through all right. That would be great. Excellent, excellent. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a beautiful, extremely hot, sunny day here in Edmonton. It's probably over 30 degrees Celsius. Just got finished doing a homeowner presentation from that came in from one of my ads. That went well. All right, so let me get things rolling here. All right, so how many people had a chance to do the homework that was assigned yesterday? Just let me know. What was the homework? Oh yeah, you had to research your area to see if you find out where where you get a corporation set up and a nuance search and how much it was costing, as well as putting investor in your social profile. Now, I didn't see anybody taking snapshots of their social profile that prove that they put investor in there. You'll notice that I did that. I took screen captured all of my social media profiles and put in there just to show everybody that I put investor in everything. So for those of you watching right now, how many of you went ahead and actually did the homework? Just let me know in the chat. So today, day 2. First, we'll do a recap. So yesterday we talked a lot about controlling properties for $100 each. Remember that $100 is just used to make the option contract valid. It's a lease option strategy is what we're what we're looking at, controlling the properties without actually owning them. And that $100, where the $100 comes into play, is to actually control the property through the option contract. Then once you have the property, you can determine which exit strategy that you're going to utilize, what works best for you, what is going to generate the most money for you. And then you're going to use that money that we generate to either replace your current income if you don't like your job, or you're going to use it to buy investment properties once we sort of see where the market's going to go in the next, say, 6 to 12 months. Once we have a good idea of what's happening with the market, you'll use the money that you generate to then buy investment properties for your long-term buy, rent, and holds. And we talked about presenting yourself as a company. Just me personally, my opinion, I think it gives you much more credibility when you're doing this type of real estate. You know, it's maybe much easier if you're just doing fix and flips and you want to go in and you talk to a homeowner and just get a property at a good price. That's okay, just doing it individually, because, you know, if they think it's a company that they're dealing with, they're less apt to give you a good price on just a typical fix and flip, or just buying a property. They're less apt to give you a good price. But when it comes to renting their home for 2 to 3 years and then having the option to buy it, homeowners are going to feel a lot more comfortable if they know that they're working with a larger, more established business than just an individual single real estate investor. Again, just my opinion. And you want to limit your liability. That's why we talked about corporations, setting up corporations when you actually do lease options, having a corporation, a numbered company for the option agreement, and having a property management company, an active corporation for collecting the rent. So a lot of you may already have a property management company or a company that you use to collect rents, an active corporation, but you definitely want to make sure you have one corporation for the lease and one for the option. And again, the homework was to come up with 5 names for your real estate investing company. So just type in the chat, in the comment section in the Facebook, how many of you actually did come up with some names for your company. Just let me know. Just say, yes, you did, or you never got to it. And how many of you found out where you would actually register a numbered company in your area? And let me know that as well. And did you add investor to your bio? And if you did, just post it in the group chat. Like I said, here's copies of mine. You can see in my what is that first one? LinkedIn, I think. LinkedIn or Twitter. No, that's Twitter. Then YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, my Facebook page. So you can see that I put investor in all of mine, so that there's no question that I do real estate investing. So if people want to joint venture with me, or I'm looking to raise capital and they do a search for me, then they see that I'm actually doing real estate investing and I'm involved in real estate investing. It just adds a little bit more credibility to yourself. Yeah, Nathan, you don't have to actually put the name in. Just let me know if you did it or not. That's fine. So day 2, attracting the homeowner. This is a huge part of doing this strategy. A lot of it obviously revolves around attracting homeowners, getting them to letting you lease option their property. So now my personal opinion, this is the biggest key to success, just as I just said, when it comes to doing lease options. Without a steady flow of leads who have already qualified themselves, and that's key because you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to convince people. It becomes exhausting trying to convince homeowners to rent and sell. It's much easier when they've already come to the conclusion themselves. So in all of my marketing, I'm looking to rent properties with and then buy it in the future. I'm not looking to, I don't do ads where, make more selling your home, things like that. And then once you start talking to them, then you have to take them from selling it today and spin it to renting it out and then selling it in the future. So that's a harder sell to a homeowner than if they're coming in and just saying they already know that, or they're interested, or they want to find out more about what they're going to get when they rent their property for 2 to 3 years and then sell it. So people that come based on my marketing, that's specifically why they're connecting with me, is because they're interested in that particular option. So I'm not pulling any type of bait and switch. So types of marketing to attract homeowners, classified ads, online, offline. So this was, when I got my start, this is when Kijiji just got started, I believe. This was huge. I remember, I don't know how many of you have been using Kijiji since 2009, but I can tell you, it was like the Wild West of Kijiji. I could be running like 20 some ads at once in all different categories. There was no limitation to ads. It would take me about an hour to be posting all my ads because I had like 20 some ads running all the time. But I ended up boiling down, right? Whereas pretty much the same few ads were getting all the attention. So I just cut out all those other ads and I just started posting the ones that were getting me all the attraction. Posting in social media groups. There's a lot of groups out there for people have homes for rent or homes for sale. You could be posting in there, or different communities, you know, commenting in different groups and participating in different groups, and just letting people know that your company is always looking to rent houses as long as you can buy them in the future. And it's a good way to attract people who are potentially going to be potential clients. Paid advertising. So this is what I'm focusing on right now and what I'm getting huge success with. This is actually where I'm getting all my leads right now. I've put all of my effort into paid marketing through Facebook and Instagram right now. And we will be, in the near future, in the next few months, we'll be also adding YouTube marketing, as well as be starting to produce content for TikTok as well. So those are some areas that we'll be focusing on, but paid advertising right now, that's my #1 area of focus when it comes to marketing. Flyer service, if you created and generated flyers and then use the flyer service to actually deliver them to specific neighborhoods. Maybe you need a home in a specific area, so you get flyers created, and either you hire the neighborhood kids to go put them in mailboxes, or you actually hire a flyer service to deliver them, just like the discount flyers for, you know, the drugstores and the grocery stores, things like that. Yellow letter campaign. A lot of you may be familiar with the yellow letter campaigns. It's big for people looking to do fix and flips or buy properties in and around the city areas. Door knockers, again, just another marketing piece where you can just go to people's homes and just put something, hang something on their door that is another advertisement for looking to rent houses for 2 to 3 years and then buy. And I'll show you some I have some examples I'll show you. You can do trade shows. I did a trade show in Edmonton a few years ago. It was a home and garden show, so you have the ability to do that. Cold calling and cold knocking, that's for people who don't mind doing that, or extroverts. Not for me, but it works extremely well for other people. Vehicle signs, obviously having a sign on your vehicle that you're looking for properties is a great way. Just driving around, getting some eyeballs on that vehicle and generate a lot of interest. And just networking with other investors who are just being tired of being landlords. Just networking in general with average everyday people who are homeowners, or people who want to be homeowners. You never know where you're going to run into people who either have a house or are looking for a house. So as mentioned, here's an example of the trade show that I did in Edmonton. We had a few signs, banner. We had quite a few people. I was able to talk 2 different occasions on the main stage. One of them on a Saturday just before the main headliner, which is always a great spot to speak because they usually bring in a big name headliner. It was a guy that did the deck show. He has a short guy, spiky hair. Can't remember what his name is, but his TV show focuses on building decks or doing backyards in Canada on HGTV. So a trade show. I wrote a couple books. There's a picture of a door knocker. So it's just advertising that you can just get created and take it around to get kids to take it to different places around the community. Just headline: company needs houses in your area to rent 2 to 3 years, then buy. There's a image of a flyer, postcard, and of course, a lot of you have seen this, the paid advertising that we're doing. This one was specifically for this course. Yellow letters, like that's a postcard. There's a yellow letter campaign So places to market for free, Kijiji, Craigslist, other local websites, buy and sell. Social media groups for buy and sell real estate in your area. Paid advertising online, offline. You know, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, places like that. Cold calling, cold knocking, networking. So when it comes to marketing to homeowners, you need to enter the conversation that's already going on in their head. So a lot of people that don't have their properties up for sale or up for rent are actually contemplating what to do with their property. So they're thinking about things, or they're thinking about the pains that they're going to encounter if they put it up for sale or they put it up for rent. Okay, so you can see there's the homeowner, and he's looking to get to the goal on the other side. So the homeowner is they're in a current situation, so they're in their before state, which is where they are right now. So what is that homeowner's #1 biggest challenge? And so what problems are preventing them from reaching their ultimate goal or desired outcome? So homeowner basically has a property, and their goal is that they don't want the property and they want more money. So here's where they are today, and here's where they want to be. And you need to be the bridge that takes them from where they are to where they want to be. Your solution needs to be the bridge. So you need to come up with a way that's going to present your solution, your service as the solution that's going to get them from where they are to where they need to be. So the goal is the after state. So where they are now is the before state. Where they want to be is the after state, which is the desired outcome. So what is their desired outcome? To not have the property anymore, to have more money in their pocket once they sell the place, to sell it for more money. You know, what's the ultimate goal as a result of your solution? Okay, so you want to position your solution as the bridge that gets them from where they are to where they want to be. So what problems or challenges and obstacles will your solution solve and overcome in order to get them to their goal? So those are things that you want to talk about in your ad specifically, okay? So here's some of the common problems from renting and from selling. So these are common problems that a homeowner might have in their mind that you're going to need to overcome in your advertising or in your marketing. Common problem: tenants don't pay rent. That you're going to have to pay for repairs and maintenance when you're renting your property out, because tenants typically destroy things. You've got tenants that do midnight moves, or you have high turnover of tenants. So you're constantly having to look for new tenants. They're like short-term. You don't have those long-term tenants. You got to pick bad tenants. You know, the homeowner might pick bad tenants. The homeowner might have to pay high property management fees to someone just to look after the property and the tenant for them. So those are some problems that they have to deal with. Or they're going to need to spend lots of money getting it show ready after the tenant leaves. So the tenant leaves the home. Now the homeowner is going to shell out $5,000, $10,000 to get that place show ready in order to put it on the market. So that's a big problem that they could be faced with. And the home might sit on the market for a long period of time. You've got a market like right now where there's so many properties for sale and not enough buyers. It's a buyer's, it's becoming a buyer's market, and it will be a buyer's market. There's a lot of competition for houses for sale right now. So it's going to sit on the market could sit on the market for quite some time. And another problem, another pain that they have is they're going to have to pay realtor's commission, which eats into their profit. And if they, like I said yesterday, if they bought their home with only 5% down, they've owned it for less than 5 years without a big increase in appreciation. If the market stayed pretty stagnant or just a slow increase, most people can't afford to pay commission. They're going to lose their down payment. So that's a big problem that people are facing. And they have no idea what price that they're going to sell their home for. So they put it on the market, but that doesn't mean that's what they're actually going to sell their home for. So they don't actually know. It's like, well, you put it on, and you see the people that I was talking to today, which is a typical. I'm not going to say all realtors do this, but a lot of realtors end up doing this. Is they give them a price that the homeowner is comfortable with to list their home for, and they come back, in less than a month and tell them that they have to reduce the price. That happens so often with so many realtors. So that you never know, like, how many times are they gonna have to reduce the price if they put it up for sale on the market? So what's the number one biggest fear or frustration or pain regarding their home right now? So you got to get in the mind of the homeowner. What's their biggest fear or their frustration or their pain regarding their home? One of them could be that they can't afford to pay their mortgage anymore. Like an environment like today, people lost their job. That's actually what happened to the couple I was talking to today, the homeowners that I did a homeowner analysis for. The reason they put it up for sale is they had tenants in it, and both tenants lost their jobs. They've been on CERB, and now CERB's run out, and they still don't have a job. So so now these homeowners are faced with a problem where, okay, they can't really afford to pay this mortgage for a long period of time because they have a property that they live in already, their own home. So many homeowners, might not be able to pay a mortgage. So if you're a homeowner and you're the actual couple that lost their job and CERB ran out, they're not going to be able to stay in that home for very long before the bank takes it over. Maybe they bought a home and a new home, and the old home is not selling, and they just can't afford to carry two mortgages. Maybe they can't afford to sell their home, like I talked about earlier. The market didn't go up as much as they needed it to. They've owned it for a short period of time, so the mortgage pay down isn't as much as they needed to. They bought it with 5% down, and with the CMHC fees, it's almost 100% financed. So a lot of these situations, people can't afford to sell their home. Well, if they sell their home, they're going to walk away with nothing. I don't know if any of you heard my story about when I sold my first home back in the early 2000s, but after it was all said and done, I put less than $3,000 in my pocket. From selling my home, which I owned for less than 5 years, that I bought with 5% down in a market that was pretty stagnant. All those things I talk about, I actually lived it, and I learned from those. I put less than $3,000 in my pocket when I sold my first personal residence. So obviously, I learned from my experiences. Can't afford to sell, plus they don't want to be landlords. So they can't afford to sell their home, and they don't really want to rent it out, or they would rent it out, but they don't want to deal with rentals. They can't afford to pay a property manager, or maybe they got transferred for their job and their house just hasn't sold yet. House just isn't selling, it's sitting on the market and there's no action, or they're getting just nothing but lowball offers. So these are some big fears or frustrations or pains that homeowners are going through right now, and this is all great stuff to use when you're writing ads or creating marketing material for your homeowners. Okay, so what's their desired outcome, or what do most homeowners want? Well, obviously they want to make more money on the sale of their home. They want to sell their home and get out of it more than they put into it. They don't want to have to stress over the house. They want to have a professional deal with it. All aspects of it. They want to have the home sold in the end, and definitely want to put more money in their pocket. So how can your solution help them? Remember, you got to take them from where they are to where they want to be, and your solution is going to bridge that gap. So how can you help them? Well, maybe you're going to offer to that their rent gets paid every month, guaranteed by your company. One of my options does that. I'll pay them regardless of whether my tenant pays or not. So that's something I use in my marketing. Put in quality tenants that actually care for their property. Because remember, their mindset is like they don't want bad tenants. Are they going to pick the right tenants? Are they going to screen them properly? Well, this says they're going to have quality tenants that are going to care for the property. So that's less wear and tear, less maintenance. A long-term lease. Remember, they were worried about those midnight moves, a high turnover. So maybe you can structure a long-term lease with them. You're going to manage the process and the responsibilities. It's going to be handled by your company. So they don't have to deal with anything. Because remember, a lot of them just don't want to deal with it. They want professionals to have to look after this stuff for them. And maybe you're going to cover all the repairs and maintenance under $1,000 per instance, handled by your company. And that way, they're thinking, well, I don't have to shell out money out of my pocket if the dishwasher breaks down or the fridge. It's going to get fixed. They're going to look after that stuff. There's going to be additional interior hazard insurance. And their house is going to get purchased at the end of the lease term at a guaranteed price. And a quick close. So all of these are actually bullet points from one of my most successful ads. So I answered a lot of the pain problems that homeowners have. I answered and put right in my ad. So there's things there that will resonate with a lot of the homeowners because they're issues that they don't want to deal with, or their problems or pain points that they have, or they're thinking about with respect to their home, whether it be renting it out or selling it. So the goal of your ad is to help the homeowner solve the problem or achieve a goal. So I just had to move my. So the first part of your ad is the headline is you have to get their attention. So you need to have a powerful headline that grabs their attention and piques their interest, because as you know, when you're scrolling through your feed or you're searching on Kijiji or any of those other things, it's the headline that grabs your attention that makes you stop for a split second to quickly scan the rest of it to see if it's something that you actually are interested or not. So the headline is the first thing that grabs your attention, or it could be the image. But if you're talking about like a Kijiji ad, it's typically the headline that's going to grab your attention. Then it's the body of the ad itself. That's where you identify the homeowner's problems and position your service or offer as the solution. So you got to identify the problems so that the homeowner knows that you really understand them, that you can relate to them, that you understand their problems or what they're going through, and you're positioning your service as the solution that's going to solve their problems. And you got to prove the value of your solution versus others. And then of course you need a call to action. So do this. And you only want to have one calls to action. So headlines, you need to grab their attention, give the homeowner what they want in the headline, solve their problem, offer a solution, pique their curiosity, use it to qualify your target audience. There's no sense bringing in people that aren't interested in your service. So if you can grab their attention and quickly qualify them just with the headline, it's ideal. So what I'm going to do is I have 207 headline formulas in a document. I'll upload that to the Facebook group tonight so that you'll be able to go through it. It's just like formula, so it's basically a bunch of words and maybe where you fill in the blank. It's looking for an adjective or the benefit or something that you would just put in there. But out of that, you'll be able to come up with a lot of great headlines that will work extremely well in making your advertising and your marketing for your homeowners. So here's some examples. Here's a method that is helping blank to blank. So here's a method that is helping smart homeowners to sell their house for more. So that's an example. The white, what you see in the white is an example of the formula. And then I just filled in the blanks. So you want the people reading it to think, well, I'm a smart homeowner and I want to sell my home for more. So you want to sort of make them think, well, that you're speaking directly to them. Why successful homeowners blank, and then maybe you should too. So why successful homeowners rent their house for 3 years and sold to the tenant, and maybe you should too. I should say, and sell to the tenant, not sold. How impressive number got desired result in time period. How 7 homeowners got buyers for their homes in 30 days without using a realtor. What your blank won't tell you and how it can save you blank. What your realtor won't tell you and how it can save you up to $60,000. So in some of my marketing, I use that the homeowner can actually make up to $60,000 more using my program versus if they just sold their home today. And I can actually back that up in my analysis because I use the words up to. So, you know, $2 is actually up to 60,000, right? But it's not that devious. Typically, most homeowners will make $40,000, $50,000 more. It depends on the price point of their home. Obviously, if they have a smaller price point home, it's harder to get up to the $60,000 more. But if they have like a $400,000 or $500,000 home, it's much easier to get up to the 60,000 mark. But in reality, most average properties, homeowners are going to make $30,000 to $50,000 more with the program than if they just sold their home today. There's big desired result in blank. There's big money to be made in renting your home for 3 years, then selling it to your tenant. Blank, looking to rent house in place for time frame, then buy. Young family looking to rent house in Sherwood Park for 2 to 3 years, then buy. So I have actually used that when I have a specific, I have a tenant buyer already that's gone through my process, already screened and ready to go, and I need a specific home, then I would run a headline like that saying professional couple looking to rent a house in Sherwood Park for 3 years and then buy. So I will run headlines like that when I'm looking for a specific, in a specific area. So it's people that, the homeowners in that area that have a property that they'd be willing to rent for 2 to 3 years and then sell are going to actually look at that ad and potentially contact me for more information. So the body of your ad, it basically continues on from the headline. Identify the homeowner's problems, position your service or offer as the solution, prove the value, and then a call for action. So I've created a copywriting master checklist. So I will also upload that to the Facebook group tonight so that you can just go through it and it helps you sort of check off what you need to have in your ad, putting your ad together. So if we use this headline, for example, young family looking to rent house in Sherwood Park for 2 to 3 years, then buy. Now we're going to create the body. Now the ad might say something like, the body of the ad might say something like, because remember, we're going to continue from the headline. So the headline is talking about a young family renting a house for 2 or 3 years, then buying in Sherwood Park. So the body starts off, do you have a property in Sherwood Park, specifically in the areas of Charlton Heights, Clover Bar Ranch, Lakeland Drive, Davison Creek, and Clark Meadows that is vacant and just not selling? Do you have one that will come available, or are you looking to move out of yours in the next 90 days? So there we've basically identified the specific areas in Sherwood Park. So Sherwood Park, for those of you who don't know, it's a city outside of Edmonton. And those specific areas are our smaller communities inside the city, areas where people live. So basically we're calling out to people in those areas that either have a house that's vacant and not selling, or you're going to be moving out of yours in 90 days. So our company has a young family looking to relocate in the area, and we're looking to get them into a home that we can rent for 2 to 3 years, then buy. So if you have a house, duplex, townhouse, or condo that has a minimum 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath in Sherwood Park, and you would consider renting it for 2 to 3 years and selling, we'd like to hear from you. In exchange, you receive the following. So we have identified, we've called out to the people watching, or the people looking at the ad. We specifically called out to them. So we've identified them, told them exactly what we're looking for. And now here's what our solution is going to offer them. In exchange, you receive the following. Your rent paid every month, guaranteed by our company. Quality tenants in and caring for your property. Remember, these bullet points are solving a lot of the problems that homeowners have when it comes to renting or selling their property. Management of process responsibilities handled by our company. All maintenance and repairs under $1,000 per instance covered by our pump. Oh. Carol just said we lost you. I'm not sure whereabouts we lost. You lost me from, Carol. Let me look at this. Okay, the body of your ad continued. Okay. All right, so if somebody could just let me know, can you hear me okay? We still connected? I'm looking at my phone, and it looks like I can see that I'm moving around there. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. I think it just froze for a second. But it looks like we're continuing on here. Okay, looks like we're good to go. So, all right, in exchange, you receive the following. Remember, this is still my ad. I'm still running my ad. Your rent's going to get paid every month, guaranteed by your company. Quality tenants in and caring for your property. Remember, these bullet points are solving problems that the homeowner does not want to deal with in their property. A long-term lease agreement, anywhere from 1 to 5 years. Management of process and responsibilities handled by our company. All maintenance and repairs under $1,000 per instance covered by our company. Additional interior and hazard insurance. And your house purchased at the end of the lease term at a guaranteed price. Now be very conscious of that wording. It doesn't say it's a guaranteed purchase. It just says your house is purchased at the end of the lease term at a guaranteed price, meaning you set the price up front, but it's not a guaranteed purchase. And of course, a quick close. And then of course, at the very end, you need your call to action. For more information, please contact so-and-so at so-and-so and this phone number. Okay. And that's exactly what I would put in my ad is please contact John at I Offer Solutions 780-242-6348. And then I would put the company name, I Offer Solutions Real Estate Services. I'd put the local, my address, Suite 126, blah, blah, blah. And I put the website address, ioffersolutions.com, and my phone number in there as well. So that's the makeup of an ad. Here's an example of another one. Headline, stop foreclosure in its tracks. The body, have you missed a payment or two? Is the bank starting to threaten legal action? Is foreclosure the next step? Don't wait until it starts. Contact us today. We help families facing foreclosure and save their credit. People that are faced with foreclosure, doing a lease option is a great solution for taking over properties without having to buy them, obviously. If we can't buy your house in 7 days, which a lot of times we can't, we take over your payments, which is really what we want to do anyway. Email us for assistance, or for more information, please contact John at Edmonton office. Now, what happens when they contact you? What do you say? Now, in most cases, a lot of times they don't even read the ad. I'll be honest with you. They might skim the headline. So the headline was, company needs houses for 2 to 3 years, then buy. And probably 95% of the time, the question that I get is like, yeah, I just read your ad on Kijiji about company needing houses. So how's that work anyway? Meanwhile, you told them how it worked in the ad, but people don't read the ad. So what I do is I just read the ad back to them. I have it memorized, but I just go, yeah, so our company's looking for houses that we can rent for 2 to 3 years, as long as we have the option to buy them. So basically, if you're not looking to sell your home or anything like that, then we're not interested. You have to be willing to sell your home today, like telling us that you're going to sell your home today. And what we have clients that are looking to get into properties. So our company goes out and rents properties for them, as long as we can buy them in the future. And then you know, we're looking for, you know, within Edmonton and Sherwood Park and Stony Plain and all these, you know, I'd rhyme off the places where we're looking for houses. And then, I'm using, on this one, I'm just using the example of that ad that I created. Okay. So yeah, looking for a property in 2 to 3 years. We're looking in these areas in Sherwood Park. Remember, this is from the ad that I just went through. So we're looking for Charleston Heights, Clover Bar Ranch, Lakeland Drive, Davison Creek. You know, it has to be available within the next 90 days because our clients are coming into town and they need to get in place within the next 90 days. So it could be a house or a duplex or townhouse or condo, but it has to have at least 3 bedrooms and at least 1.5 bath. And here's what I'm going to do for you. Our company is going to pay the rent guaranteed every month, so you don't have to worry about vacancies or the client's not paying the rent. They're quality tenants. They're in there. They're really going to care for the property because their desires, they're going to actually want to buy it at the end. So we're making that happen for them. It's a long-term lease. Like I said, we're looking for at least 3 years. Our company's going to manage the entire process and all the responsibilities, so you don't have to do a thing. Our company's going to look after all the repairs and maintenance up to $1,000 per instance. So you don't have to worry, you know, we're not going to be calling you if the dishwasher breaks down or the toilets needs to be unclogged or things like that. You don't have any of those worries. We're going to make sure we put a little bit of extra interior and hazard insurance on the property. And we want to purchase your home at the end of the lease at a guaranteed price. And we're going to want to close on it quickly at the end, okay? And right after you say that, the next thing you ask them is like, so do you have a home that meets, you know, that is going to be available in the next 90 days that meets what we're looking for? And the goal is always to book the appointment. So you want to get off the phone as quickly as possible. You'd ask them, okay, you know, do you have a property that would work for us? And they say, yeah, well, we got this. Okay, well, the goal is to get off with an appointment, but you need to gather some information about the property first. They say yes. They say, great, you have a few minutes, I can get some information about your home to see if it even qualifies for our program. So you want to make sure, let them know that there's a qualification process. So you're just not taking anybody's home. their home has to actually qualify for the program. You want them to think that there's a qualification process and that you're selective on homes, and there's a chance that theirs might not even qualify. So then you're going to gather the information about the home. So here's the property questionnaire and script. I will post this in the Facebook group tonight as well. Basically, it's like, okay, well, I'll just run through it. Okay, just going to quickly run through it. It's okay, Mr. or Mrs. Homeowner, what kind of property is it? Is it a two-story, bi-level? Is it a condo, a townhouse? Like, what do you got? So they say, oh, it's a two-story townhouse. Okay, perfect. How many bedrooms? Or sorry, what year was it built? Oh, it was built in 1983. How many square feet? 1255. Number of bedrooms, 3. Bathrooms, 1.5. So what kind of appliances do you have in the kitchen? It's got like a dishwasher, stove, fridge, microwave. Yeah, it's got all those. So does it have a garage or a parking pad? No, it has a single car garage that's attached to it. Okay. The basement, is it finished off at all, or is it unfinished? They said, no, it's partly finished. We got some drywall up, but the floor's still cement and the drywall's not taped or anything. It's okay, so it's partially finished. Do you have a fireplace? Like, is it gas or wood? This is no fireplace in there. Well, so what type of flooring do you have on the main level? It's like laminate or hardwood or tiles and stuff. We get mostly laminate, and then we have linoleum on the entryway and in the bathroom. Okay, linoleum. And yeah, anything else you can tell me about the property? Has it got a fenced yard? Yeah, there's a small fenced yard with it. There's also some common area as well. Okay. So how much are you asking for rent? They either tell you or they say they don't know. It's like, well, it's pretty hard to rent a place when you don't know how much you want for rent. And it's like, okay, well, how much are you asking to sell it for? And they'll probably say, I don't know. Well, we need to know, we need to come to some kind of agreement on a selling price. Otherwise, how are we going to actually put this thing together? So if they don't know, then tell them that, let's say, if you need to know this information, if the rent or purchase price is unreasonable or way too far above market value, then it's probably just not going to work out. So then as soon as you basically gather the information, you either say, yeah, this sounds like something we'd be interested in. We'd definitely like to take a look at it. Can I come meet you and take a look at the property? Maybe tomorrow evening, or what's the best time? Afternoon or evening best for you? Tomorrow or the next day? Which one works better? Just give them two options to say which day works better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. Okay. What's better, late afternoon or early evening? Okay, early evening, perfect. So how about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock, okay. So there you got your appointment booked, and you get off the call as quickly as possible. All right, I'll meet you there on whatever day we just agreed upon at 7 o'clock. I'll give you a call about an hour before just to confirm that you're there, just to make sure that we're still on the same page about meeting at the property. All right, so how's everybody doing? I see that there's a question. Just going to quickly go through some of these. There's a question on who pays property tax, home insurance, and lease options. So the homeowner is responsible for mortgage, taxes, insurance, condo fees, homeowners association fees. The owner is responsible for paying those 5 items. I don't think there's anything else, but they're responsible for paying those. The tenant is responsible for paying the utilities, and obviously the lease. But the owner is responsible for paying any of those mortgage, taxes, insurance, homeowner fees, homeowner association fees, or condo fees if they're applicable. Okay. So the rent that you pay them, they need to pay those things down. That's why you register your documents against the title of the property. So if the owner stops paying the mortgage, the taxes, homeowner association fees, or the condo fees, you will be notified if one of those organizations decides to take action against the homeowner and start foreclosure, because they have to notify the individuals. They have to start it. It all gets started with after they've sent the letters. The first legal action is filing a statement of claim. So once that statement of claim is filed, everybody that is registered on title, such as yourself, because you have documents registered on title, will be notified and will be sent the actual statement of claim. And then once you get that, after you do the WTF is going on here, you call the owner and say, listen, what's going on? We're paying you the rent. How come you're not paying? And he'll give you some sob excuse, say, okay, we need to make an appointment at the bank right away. We need to go down there and get this fixed. So basically, at that point in time, you're gonna have to go down to the bank and fix the situation, and then have the whatever payment is starting the foreclosure action, you need to start paying the bills directly. So start paying the mortgage directly, the taxes directly. It's very difficult to pay the insurance because they could actually cancel the insurance if the homeowner's not paying it. And homeowner association, you can pay those. Condo fees, you can pay those. And then the money that you had to pay whoever in order to stop this foreclosure, you get to collect for every dollar you spent that you had to pay, you get to deduct $2 off the purchase price of the home. According to our, like in our contracts, if I had to go in and save a property that I'm lease optioning out of foreclosure because the owner just stopped paying the bills, then for every dollar I spend to get it out of foreclosure, I get to deduct $2 off the purchase price of the home. So that's based on my contracts. I'm not saying that's going to be how you do it, but that's how we do it. So if the owner screws us over like that, yeah, we're deducting the money off, 2 times the money off the purchase price of the home. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. The homeowner is responsible for the mortgage, taxes, insurance, homeowners association fees, and condo fees if they're applicable. All right, so before we go to homework, which is going to be coming up with some ads, I'm just going to give you a little insight into the stuff that I've been doing. It's going to stop the share right now. It's going to stop the share while I log into my accounts here. And I'm just going to show you some of the stuff, the paid ad stuff that we're doing right now. And just to give you an idea. As I mentioned, I'm focusing primarily on paid advertising right now. So I just want to give you an idea how effective it is for us right now and what sort of process we're putting the homeowners through. Almost done here, so just bear with me for a sec. All right. Back to here. Share my screen. Okay, so the first thing I'm showing you is inside of my Kartra account. This is what I use to run all of my business, like my pages, my funnels, my email sequences. You can see today I have the only marketing I have going on right now is for homeowners. You can see I have 7 leads that came in today. You can see over here my calendars, it has a 1 in red. That means since I get off the phone with the homeowners I had a meeting with, somebody else booked an appointment. So all mine is automated. So I'll show you the funnel here. But so somebody booked an appointment. So I'm just going to take a look. So Bessie wants an appointment on Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's 4 o'clock my time. You can see in here. So I started running this program on last week, I think. You can see I don't know if you can read that, 13 homeowner presentations in just over a week, less than 10 days. So I'm getting at least one meeting a day out of my paid marketing. And so all these homeowners, they've opted in, they've watched a 30-minute video, they liked what they saw in the video enough that they actually filled in a form showing me their information. So when they fill in their form, I'll just quickly show you here. I get some information, and then she fills in, tells me all about her property: fridge, stove, dishwasher, built-in microwave, wall oven, washer, dryer. Basement's fully finished. This one's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. Tells me how much she spends on electricity. It's laminate and carpet flooring. Fair market value, she put $350. I'm assuming that's $350,000. $500 a month on heat. $235 a month on insurance. Interest rate 2.75%. Mortgage balance, I'm assuming that's $214,000. Mortgage payment, $1,000. 25 years mortgage. She pays it monthly. She's looking for $1,600 a month rent. $230 a month in taxes. Something about this seems off to me. I'd have to look to see where it's. I don't know where that's located, but she didn't put in the thousands. Something like that just seems off. This is the one I just had today. So this is all part of marketing. Like they're self-selecting who actually wants to work with me. You see this person, fair market value $420,000. They owe $360. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,739 square feet. So these people have actually booked an appointment. So that's 13 appointments. How many people actually opted in? Here it is right here. 76 people opted in to watch the video. And out of the 76 that opted in, 13 booked an appointment. So I have email sequences that will go out to the people that did not book appointments to try to get them to come back and book an appointment. And I'll just keep adding different emails, benefits to them, and examples of other homeowners making money and all kinds of things, just trying to get these people to come back to book their appointment. I'll just give you a quick overview. Here we can see, so I ran a split test. I had 2 different opt-in pages. I wanted to see which one worked the best. And we can see that number 1 worked the best. 42 opt-ins. It was the winner. 622 people went there, 42 opt-ins versus 522 and only 23 opt-ins. So I'm just showing you this, then I'm going to go right to the Facebook ads itself. So here's the opt-in page. Whoops, that's the video page. Here's the opt-in page. So they land on this. You know, company needs houses to rent for 2 to 3 years, then buy. Gee, that sounds familiar. The new way for you to make more money selling your home. Show me how it works. They opt in. Comes to here. Here's the video that plays, 30 minutes long. Goes over, shows them examples of, you know, benefits. I addressed a lot of the pains and frustrations that they have. Talk about the benefits of doing this and why they should do it. How much, give them examples of homeowners and how much money that they made, and why it's a better way. And then you can see that they book their free analysis. So if they want me to actually run the numbers for them, and then they can actually, they would go to fill in their form. And once they fill in their form, they actually book on the calendar automatically, and then it takes you to the thank you page. Okay. So that is my process, my program. So here's inside my Facebook ad account. I just pulled up just the ones I'm running for Edmonton right now, homeowner training program. This is running to cold traffic. This is just an ad. I'll give you a quick look at the ad. Down here, I have some videos that I was testing to cold audiences. I had turned those off because I was running ads for the course that you're all in right now. So I just shut those down because I didn't want too many homeowners booking appointments. So I shut those down a little bit, but I'll start these back up and I'll make some more videos for homeowners. But in here, I'm running 6 different ad sets, or targeting 6 different groups of people. Let's just take a look at the ad. So you can see here's the ad. Company needs houses to rent 2 to 3 years, then buy. It's kind of my go-to headline. This says we require properties in Edmonton and surrounding areas. Pretty much a lot of the stuff that we already went through that I used in my Kijiji ad, I just use the exact same ad here. And this ad is working extremely well. I'll just give you an idea how well it's working. Now remember, each homeowner that you set up and structure a rent-to-own with, you're probably on a 3-year deal, you'll make anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000. It all depends on how you're going to structure it. So you can see I'm getting homeowners to actually go and fill in the form This ad, I'm getting homeowners for, on average, $4.23. So everybody that fills in the ad, it's costing me on average $4.23. But if I break it down further, you can see some of these costing me $8 an ad, some $3, some $5, some $3, some $2, some $4. But on average, it's costing me $4 and some cents, $4.23 per person to opt in. And then once they opt in, I'm getting, so out of all the opt-ins, I haven't actually done all the calculations. Like I said, I've only been running this just about 10 days. And out of 10 days or so, I've got 13 homeowners that I'm doing presentations for. And the presentation, I'll just quickly show you what I send to them. And we'll actually, the main reason I was doing this is to talk about the marketing and the ads. Like I said, I'm focused on Facebook, but the ad itself that I'm running is the same ad, or very similar to the one that I was running or created for Kijiji. All the stuff that I just walked through earlier, that's basically what I'm talking about. So I sent them this one page. Remember, I gathered the information from them in the survey, in the form, the document. And then I just I just punch those numbers in to my spreadsheet, and it actually creates this, this one page that shows them how much money they're gonna make if they just sold it today, rented it, then sold it traditionally, or the 3 options that I offer them, and how much money they make, basically if there's no appreciation on their house, and how much they would make if their house appreciates. Because I've changed my model a little bit to be more of a service-based model versus a investor-only model. Option number 1 is still my basically is kind of my investor-only model, but the other ones are more service-based. So, and then just the 3 different options, what they get with the 3 different options. But today is about marketing. So I showed you the ads. So right now on Facebook, just because I've only got those couple things running, I know this is 36, how much am I paying here? Let's give you an idea how much I'm spending. 30. So 36 and 18 is 54. So right now I'm only spending $54 a day on Facebook ads. But when you think about how much getting one property will, under contract, if I do a rent to own on it, which is remember, that's my go-to exit strategy. So this course is about getting the property and what you do with it afterwards. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it, whether you rent it or rent to own it or wholesale it or fix and flip it. That's completely up to you. My go-to is always rent to own because that's where the most money is going to be made doing this. So I'm going to make anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 on each property. So let's just say I make $30,000. So out of these 13 homeowners who I'm doing presentations for, I'm not done presenting to all 13 of them yet. I already have 1 yes. I know that there's several others that they just wanted a few more days to think about it. One lady says she needs 2 months to sell a bunch of her furniture because she can't take it to move into her next place. But I never count those as, I'll follow up with them, but right now I have 1 yes out of probably talking to 10 people. So 1 in 10, but that's only in 1 week. So if this week I get another 10, if I get one of those people out of that 10, so if every week I can get at least 10 people to talk to, and if I can close one of them, then I'll be basically closing 1 person a week for a rent to own. So that's actually pretty good. So I showed you my marketing funnel. I showed you my ads that I'm running on Facebook and also running on Instagram. I'll also use videos on those. Yeah, so homework is to create an ad for yourself to attract homeowners. So like I said, I'm going to upload the headline formulas, the checklists. I'll upload this document so you can review all the stuff that I put on this document as well. And then, so create an ad for yourself, post it on either Kijiji, Craigslist, or any of the social groups that you can think of where you can post it for free, and then hopefully start fielding calls. All right? I don't know if it was frozen there or not, but so yeah, so the homework was to take the information. Like I said, I'll upload the things I said I was going to upload. I will upload the PDF and create an ad. If you want me to review the ad, then you can post it in the Facebook group. Just post your ad in there. I'll review it for you. I'll make if I think it needs some copyright editing changes, then I'll do that. Ray asks, are we posting ads tonight? Well, you don't need to post it, Ray, but if you can create it tonight or tomorrow and post it in the Facebook group, if you want me to edit it, then I'll edit it and go from there. If you're not comfortable posting it so other people can see it, because I don't know where everybody's from, so maybe you just don't want anyone to see your ad, then you can just private message me, send me your ad, and I'll review it. And if I think it needs some copyright changes, I'll make those for you and send it back to you, okay? So that is marketing. What else? Is there something else? I thought for sure there was something else. There's stuff I'm going to upload, okay? I walked you through my Facebook ads and how well those are working right now. I showed you results from my calendar, my booking system. Showed you the Facebook ads. Showed you my, here's my basic input sheet, which eventually comes out to this, but there's several other sheets involved in it. So this is my current sheet that I'm using right now when I'm presenting to homeowners. Nathan, yes, the slides will get posted every night, Nathan. I know I posted the keynote presentation last night instead of the slides, but I rectified that by uploading the slides today. I'll upload the slides tonight. I won't make that mistake again by not uploading the slides. I'll upload the slides. There was 3 other things I promised in the slides that I would upload. I'm going to upload those. Sheldon says, marketing is huge. And marketing is everything. Not just the marketing to attract them, but the process that you put them through and how you actually take them from being interested to being committed. That's like that's a process. So they read my ad, they opt into that opt-in form, they watch that 30-minute video that's structured in a very specific manner that gets them to, or at least gets some of them to interested enough to send me the information and book a meeting. And then I send them this information that I just walked through. So they have this information. I email it to them just before my call. And then I go through the different, oh, you don't see what I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah. So this is my spreadsheet. So I just walk them through the different columns. You know, I make some assumptions like, okay, let's assume on a traditional sale, you're going to get 95% of your asking price. On a traditional rental, it's going to be, you know, every year you're going to have a turnover of tenant. And so it's going to be vacant for 1 year. You're going to invest $2,000 a year in repairs and maintenance because, you know, every time a tenant leaves, you're going to probably repaint do some painting, maybe some flooring. You got to get the furnaces cleaned. You got to do a bunch of stuff, and maybe there's some fix up through the year. So let's say you're investing $2,000 a year in your single family home, and after you've had tenants in it for 3 years and you're going to get it ready for sale, let's assume you're going to repaint the entire place and do some other stuff for $5 grand. And let's assume the appreciation rate is 2% a year. So I give them some, so I go through that. So yeah, what I was saying, that the marketing is huge, but it's not just to get the lead, it's to take them through all of those steps to get them to the yes. So I'll bring this up again the day that we talk about presenting and negotiating. After I tell you my stories of how I actually remember, I'm an introvert who hates negotiating, hates selling. So I'm gonna build systems actually to do this stuff for you, or for me. I build this for me because I don't want to friggin' negotiate with anybody. I want this to actually do the negotiation for me, right? So that's, I want this to do the work for me as far as the negotiation and as far as the presentation. And getting them from interested to committed, I wasted a lot of time answering calls, emails, and stuff. So I just wanted to automate the entire process, and that's what I did. Remember, I'm building this, I built this for me. All of this is done for me. So it's like, because I'm an introvert and I hate doing this stuff. That's why I said, if somebody was an extrovert and liked doing all those other things, and then they knew this strategy, they'd just be out there killing it. I know they would. But I don't know, for whatever reason, people just aren't learning this. They're not doing it. I just don't know what the deal is. So what else we got here? Post the slides. Yes, I will. Slides of a key extension. Can I open that with PowerPoint? So Paulo, that was not the slide, actually. That was the keynote presentation. Yeah, but I did upload the actual PDF slides. Katie says she couldn't open the ones from last night. That was probably because I did the keynote, but I did upload the PDF slides. So if you look in the on the right-hand side in the Facebook group, you can click on where it says PPT slides. That's the PowerPoint slides. You click on that, it should be in there. Sheldon says info is gold nuggets. Delayed, okay, great stuff. Do I sell the spreadsheets? Transparency. I mean, obviously, I'm doing this 5-day course for free. So I'm a typical business guy. You know, there's an offer at the end. And so to answer your question, Sheldon, yes, there'll be an offer at the end where you can get the spreadsheets and you can get the contract, all my contracts for free. So there will be an offer at the end. So like, I'm transparent. I'm not much of a salesman either. So there's like, I'm just showing you all this stuff. Like, I'm showing you that I'm actually doing this business and how I made it so much easier for myself using this stuff. And so transparency, yeah, I'll make an offer at the end. But the 5 days is not about the offer at the end. The 5 days is to actually teach you what it takes to actually do this. And that you have enough information that you could actually go out and do this for yourself. You might not have the tools or the contracts, but that you're going to understand the strategy, and you at least you're going to have that you've created an ad, which we're working on tonight. You're going to be, you want my feedback? Send me your ad. I'll critique your ad. I'll help you actually write the copy. You know, that's my biggest, that's the reason why I'm most successful is my ads. So if you take advantage of them, I'm telling you, because I charge a lot of money to help people with their marketing. So if I say, well, you write an ad and I'll critique it and I'll actually rewrite it for you or help you with the copy, take advantage of it. How to structure this properly. Out of these 5 days, which is what I'm focusing on, yeah, I'm going to sell something at the end. If you want to buy it, great. If not, that's okay. I want to make sure that you get enough out of these 5 days that you could actually do this business. You're not going to have the tools and the resources that I have, but you're going to know how this works. And you're going to be able to grow. You're going to be able to attract homeowners. You're going to be able to negotiate with them and present to them in your own way and get people to say yes. You're going to be able to do it. That's my goal of these 5 days, is for you to actually create the ad, post it, and actually hopefully get homeowners calling you before the end of the week so that we can get some people that, you know, that a homeowner has agreed to meet with you. That's ideal. So that's my purpose of the whole 5 days. And yeah, I will offer something at the end, and if you want it, great. If you don't, that's okay. But I know, like, there's a couple people. Paulo was in my group from last month. Carol Swanson was in my group from last month. Ray was in my group from last month. They came back, you know, presenting some of the same stuff, but some of the stuff I just showed you tonight, I didn't show them. It wasn't there last month. And of course, next month when I do this again, I'll have new stuff and I'll have new information. So Ray wants to know, would we be using the Kartra system you showed us? That is, right now, Ray, I'm not doing anything with any system. It's basically the strategy, how to do it, and the contracts, and me helping you, stuff like that. So the system that I built is not. How about this? How about everybody, if you could, a couple things that I'm going to ask you to just type a couple answers into Facebook. If you can do this for me, I'd appreciate it. And the more answers, the better. One question is, would you benefit from, or would you like to have, or would you attend? So would you benefit from, like to have, or would you attend if I did a couple days on my actual marketing strategy by itself? So that would be Facebook marketing, and the system that I use, things like that. So that actual strategy, would you be interested in if I did 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 evenings like this, separate time, specifically of that Facebook, my overall marketing strategy of ads to the opt-in, like how I get my ads or who I target, to my opt-in page, and what my video says, and that, you know, to like that whole process, and then presenting it. So if you could answer that, just say yes, you're interested, or no, you're not interested. I'll see if I want to, maybe I'll do a different type of class that's just specifically for marketing for this. And also, so that's one question. And the second question is, I know it's only been 2 days, and we're gearing up for 6. We're going to be here for 6 days, but out of the 2 days so far, so right now I see 12 people watching right now. So the question is, so the first question was on marketing. So if you put just in your answer of yes or no, just put, most people are saying yes right now. If you say yes or no after you hear this, just put marketing beside the yes or no. And then the next question is, would you recommend this 5-day free training course to others, or be willing to do a testimonial for this 5-day free training? So just put testimonial and just say yes or no, or recommendation, yes or no. I know it's only been the second day. We got 4 more days to go, but if you just let me know on those 2 things, like I said, by the end of the week, I definitely want to, we'll do a poll. I'll do an actual poll on whether you recommend this course, actually get some testimonials from people. That would be greatly appreciated for the content that I'm delivering. So that would be great. But that's it for me for this evening. I want to thank everybody for day 2. So homework, please do your homework. Before I leave the office here, I will post all those things in the Facebook group. So they should be uploaded right away. So you'll have them within the next probably 15 minutes or so. They'll be in there. So create an ad to attract homeowners. And what was the other? And then once the ad's done, send it to me and I'll critique it or edit it for you. And then once you're good to go, then start posting that thing on Kijiji or Craigslist or social groups. Just start posting it anywhere you can for free. And print off that questionnaire, property questionnaire, so that if somebody calls you, you're ready to go to take information on the property and try to book that appointment. So that's the goal for tonight, is to do the ad. And then once the ad's done, either tonight or tomorrow, and you send it to me and I critique it, and it's all, then you're good to go. Then start posting that ad for the rest of the week, okay? So that's the homework. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the information tonight. It was beneficial. I want to thank everybody. Like I said, if you haven't commented so far, if you comment on marketing, yes or no, comment on testimonials, yes or no, I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. Again, thanks everybody. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Bye for now.